To be honest with you guys, this review is completely unplanned. I was actually planning on releasing Xenonauts before Christmas. However, I wasn't able to do so due to many technical difficulties, but the review is coming soon. So I was looking for something Christmas themed, and in my closet I found that I had Island Wars 2, the Christmas edition. This game was released sometime in the early 2000s and was developed by Interaction Studios. This is one game I played a lot as a kid, especially with my father. So let's take a look at it and see if it still holds up. So when you first start up this game, the first thing you do, you can either check the options or go right to play, and you'll realize that you have 6 different modes to choose from, with one of them being a screensaver. We'll go through the modes, and the first one we'll start out with is Invasion. Now this one you can either play by yourself or with a friend. So this mode, Invasion, has you defending palm trees. Depending on the difficulty levels, how many you'll get. You pretty much play as a cannon or the guy using the cannon, and you destroy anything that comes your way. As you'll play, you'll see power-ups pop up, such as balloons, which give you extra things such as more ammo. But this one, defensive protection, is pretty pointless because your cannon can't get destroyed. You only lose if your palm trees get destroyed, and that bonus doesn't help defending your palm trees at all. Now, along with the balloons that you'll also see weapon crates drop from the sky, which give you different weapons such as rockets, autocannons, lightning guns, bubble guns, crazy stuff. Now, the weapons are mixed for me. Some of them are really good, like the laser, others kinda suck, like the rocket and bubblegum gun. The lightning gun is also pretty bad. Now, the controls are amazing. Everything feels tight, smooth, and responsive. While it might be a little bit hard to aim the cannon, especially when the stage gets really big and enemies are very far, everything feels good mechanically. Now, this mode's all fun and good, but I only have one question. Why is everyone trying to kill me? Also, after wave 10, the game gets really hard. First, they just send a blimp, so who's ever trying to kill me is finally probably shown themselves, or they're sending a zeppelin at me. Also, as you progress through this game, you'll find out that there's no way of getting your Christmas trees back. It's like all I want to do is enjoy Christmas on my own island, but who's ever after me just doesn't want me to have fun. What have I done to this person? Now, the next mode we'll go to is Duel, and this is where the game really shines. The game can be played against a computer of varying difficulty or against your friends. Now, the game takes place in 5 days and each have 3 parts in it: sunrise, noon, and sunset. In sunrise, one player is trying to destroy the other player's trees. At noon, one player is trying to destroy another player's trees, but the roles have been reversed this time. Now, the final part of each day is sunset, and this is honestly my favorite part. It's just a straight up dogfight between the 2 players, and I love it. This against the computer isn't really as engaging, but against friends, this mode is amazing. The dogfights really shine when you're playing with someone else, as you can play mind games with them and really get inside their head. This mode is a lot of fun and definitely worth playing. The computer is pretty competitive for a while, but playing with someone else really takes this mode to another level. So at the end of the fighting, it's time for a ceasefire, and it's time to finally announce who's the victor. This is determined by who scored more points, and this could be from destroying your opponent's trees, destroying their planes, successfully defending your trees, and from collecting bonuses. You get a rating in percentage, and you can write your name for the high scores. Now, for challenge mode, you have 10 challenges to complete. It plays just like duel mode, and after you beat each challenge, it increases in difficulty. However, I have not even made it past one challenge, not because it's too hard, because it gets way too boring way too quickly. 30 war days? Seriously? Unless I was playing with friends, that is way too much for war days. The next mode is balloon pop, which your goal is, you guessed it, to pop the balloons. Now you have 10 rounds to complete and a certain amount of time in each round to pop as many balloons as possible. This mode is honestly pretty forgettable. There aren't any power-ups or anything special that comes down, so it gets boring really quick. The only cool thing is that the later challenges, the balloons are harder to hit because it zooms farther, but other than that, it's pretty forgettable. Next is a screensaver, which is pretty much a screensaver. Honestly, it's not a bad one though. You see fireworks coming from your island and it looks pretty cool. Sometimes it gets really crazy and just a bunch of fireworks just shoot out and it looks great. So the last mode that I'm going to talk about is free for all. Now this works the same as duel mode, except you can actually pick your settings. You can pick how many war days, the power-ups that show up, the frequency of the power-ups to limit the bomb range, the difficulty of the computer, their preferences, and how many trees each island will have. Now, instead of just going to duel, this is where you'll really have a lot of fun. It's pretty much duel plus. You can make some very interesting battles and make things just much more enjoyable. Along with the options in free mode, you also have these things called mutators which change up the game. You can enable auto cannons, have unlimited ammo, loaded projectiles which makes the bombs bigger than bouncing off of oceans, and a few others. Now doing this really overblows the game and it just makes it funny just to see all these presents and cannons just going all over the place. It looks cool. So those are pretty much all the modes. There are some good ones and bad ones. But what about everything else? The graphics, the audio? Well, the graphics are pretty good and they're appropriate to their theme as well as the audio. Everything looks vibrant and colorful. So does this game still hold up and is still enjoyable today? Absolutely. It has definitely aged gracefully, and I'm happy to report that this game gets an 8 out of 10. While this game is very simple and not really complex, it's a lot of fun and very addicting, especially with another person. Besides the objects, how does this game fit the Christmas theme? Well, I had to look deeper, but this game represents how we all come together during the holidays. Christmas is a time to gather with friends and family to honor the blessings and have a good time together. This game is perfect for the holidays to bring a loved one and have a good time trying to destroy each other. Either way, I recommend it to all gamers, but specifically to casual gamers looking for a fun time in short bursts. So all I have to say is Merry Christmas, enjoy your holidays. This is Powerhouse signing off.